Starting with our Rohan deck, we'll go ahead and spend one of Gildor's resources to draw a card. We're just keeping on drawing cards until we get something we like. I like that a lot. We're going to go ahead and spend 4 of the 6 Grimbjorn resources to start building our Rohan army, our Rohirrim. We're going to put out the Riddermark Knight and the Westfold Outrider. For our Hobbit deck, we'll go ahead and exhaust our first Master of the Forge. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have, Silver Lamp too. Oh my gosh, so many good ones. Health hasn't really been an issue. We haven't even taken any damage. I'm going to do the Silver Lamp this time. Then I'm going to shuffle this up really quick. And then I think what we're going to do is exhaust the second one. Let's see. Shuffling them up as much as I can quickly. Now we'll go ahead and exhaust this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come on, any songs? No songs. A fast hitch or a silver lamp. Another silver lamp? Nah, let's do the fast hitch. Why don't we make Grimbjorn even more of a beast? We will play the end draft that's in our hand. We'll put that on Grimbjorn, and we have our final fast hitch. That will go on to Pippin. We did use Treebeard's resource for this, so we still have 1 lore resource. For questing this time, we will do Gildor for 3, we'll do Frodo for a total of 6, and we'll do the Westfold Horsebreeder for 7. That does mean we have to hit our threat by 1, so we're at 43 threat. I am also going to send Treebeard, so that will move us up to a total of 8. 8, and let's see what's in the staging area. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to 8. We'll flip the first card. This is for the Rohan deck. We have another Pathless Country. And this is for the Hobbit deck. We have another Shady Breelander. In the staging area, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to the 8 that we quested for. But this should not be a problem. We'll late add Mary. Oh, you guys, and I should have. He was the last one to come out. So I'm going to reduce my threat by 2 for the Hobbit deck because we'll use Mary's ability. We'll then use the fast hitch to ready him, and the Hobbit pony, so we can add in his 5 willpower. That puts us to 12. Then we'll add Sam. That puts us to 15. And then we'll put in Pippin. That will put us to 17. Oh, and I don't want to forget Rosie. We'll add Rosie for 19. 19 to 11 means we get to place 8 progress. 2 will go on here. We get to place 6 on here. So 3 and another 3. Great. And then we have enough to discard 1 and we don't have to worry about it. But guess who comes back out? We're going to go ahead and travel to the Pathless Country. This means we will have to engage some of these enemies, but I'm hoping that we can take out Bill. During the engagement phase, we're going to have the Hobbit deck optionally engage this Rider of Mordor. That means they'll be able to draw a card. Oh, yes. Another Test of Will. Great. Then what we're going to do is have both of these enemies will normally engage the Rohan deck because we have a 38 and a 28. Even with adding 3 to their engagement costs, they're still below our threat of 43. Moving to the combat phase, both of these enemies will receive a shadow card, but that's the end of the encounter deck. So the Black Rider that's on the Hobbit deck does not get a shadow card. Now, what we're going to do for the first enemy, we are going to discard Mr. Underhill. And I shouldn't say discard. We're going to put him in the victory display. We're going to say, oh, we're Mr. Underhill. Don't attack us. And so you know what that means. We're going to discard this shadow card. Doesn't have an effect, and we don't have to worry about it. We're then going to go ahead and use Grimbjorn to defend against Bill. And I already know what this is because this is the Ring Wraith that we shuffled in. He's only attacking for 1. We're going to shuffle this into the encounter deck, so this is just going to go right back into the encounter deck. Bill will attack for 1. Grimbjorn will laugh as he hardly gets hurt. He'll spend 1 resource. He'll then do 6 points of damage, negating 2 armor. He's done. Yes, and he's a victory. So he will not come back. Thank goodness. And now we can each reduce our threat by 3. We'll move the Rohan deck from 43 down to 40. And the Hobbit deck will move from 24 down to 21. Then this Black Rider is going to attack. Grimbjorn will have used his Rohan Warhorse, let's say, so he was ready again. He'll then exhaust to defend. He has 3, 4, 5 defense. This hits for 4. He'll spend his 1 resource, attack for 6, negating 2 armor. Rider of Mordor's gone. Wow, awesome. Then to top it all off, we'll go ahead and exhaust Armored Destrier because our Grimbjorn defended. He's ready again. He has a 6 attack, just normally, to attack this Shady Breelander, and he's gone. We just cleared out all the enemies, and no more having to worry about questing and increasing our threat. At the end of the round, we'll lose 2 progress on the current quest. I don't want any more ring race coming in. We'll then increase threat. We'll go back to 41, and we'll go to 22 for our Hobbit deck. And then we will refresh and generate resources. We've generated resources. Let's go ahead and draw cards. We have Gandalf, and we have the Song of Travel. Awesome. To start our planning phase, we'll go ahead and exhaust both Master of the Forges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. We have, the Song of Wisdom. Or another song. I'm going to grab another Song of Travel. Why not? And then let's shuffle these. Why I'm doing that is because if I give that to any of our other hobbits, they're going to get +1 willpower. And all of their resources will be considered blue. I like that. So here's 5 new ones. Oh, we have another song, but we also have light. Oh, do we want to do light? You know what? I am going to do Light of Valinor. And there's a reason. I'm going to start off with playing Light of Valinor using Merry's resource, one of his resources, to put that on Gildor and Glorian. He now can quest for free without exhausting. Then we have the Song of Travel and the Song of Travel. Both of these are going to go onto Sam and Pippin. Both of them will then consider their resources blue, and each will gain 1 additional willpower because they both have mounts. Then we're going to spend 2 of Sam's resources to play the Silver Lamp. Now, you guys haven't really seen this in play yet. So while the attached hero is ready, shadow cards are dealt to enemies engaged with you. They're dealt face up. So we're going to place it on Gildor because now he can quest for free. He'll be ready. And now we'll be able to see any of the shadow cards and we'll know which ones to discard with Armored Destrier. We'll continue our drawing 1 card around. We'll spend Gildor's 1 resource to draw a card, and we have an Errand Rider. We'll go ahead and play that Errand Rider. We'll use 1 resource from Elfhelm, and then we'll send 1 resource from Elfhelm over to Gildor. So now Gildor can start actually building up resources. And that means the Errand Rider is exhausted. As we move into questing, we're going to go ahead and play 2 Elrond's Councils for the Rohan deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are now at 35 threat. Thank goodness. And we're going to give +1 willpowers both to Merry. Yeah, because, Merry's pretty awesome. We know that we're not going to have to deal with enemies this round because we are planning to travel to Midgewater. So because of that, I'm going to quest out. I'm going to quest with Treebeard for 2 and Frodo for 4. Which is kind of funny because that's questing out because everyone can quest later. I love this deck. On the Rohan side, we'll quest for 3 from Gildor, so that'll be 7. 2 for Elfhelm, that's 8, 9. And 1 from the Westfold Horsebreeder, that's 10. We should all know the first card that we draw, it will be the Ringwraith. And we'll go ahead and exhaust Merry to reduce our threat by 3. So we're at 19. That's amazing. And then we grab our shuffled up deck here. And we draw the next one, and we have Pathless Country. Okay. In the staging area, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we actually quested for a total of 10. So let's go ahead and add Merry. He'll add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the 2, 6, 7, so that's 17. 3 from Sam, that's 20, and actually 4 from Sam, that's 21, and 3 from Pippin, that's 24. 24 to 10. We just placed 14 progress. 14 minus the 3 from the Pathless Country means we just placed 11 progress here. Yeah, I think we did all right. So then we're definitely going to finally travel to Midgewater. But what this means is we can no longer engage enemies. Enemies cannot take damage. They're just going to chill out in the staging area. Because of that, I think we'll just go ahead and end the round. So we'll lose 2 progress on here. We still have enough. As long as we get enough next round, we'll move to quest card 3. We have generated resources. We'll go ahead and draw our cards. We have Goothwine and, hey, Bill the Pony. Cool. And then we'll increase threat. So threat goes up to 36 for the Rohan deck and 20 for the Hobbit deck. To start this round, we're going to go ahead and have our Rohan deck play Gandalf. We're going to use his benefit to reduce our threat by 5. So our threat now is at 31. We're also going to go ahead and spend 2 of Grimbjorn's resources to put on Goothwine onto Elfhelm. And finally, we'll spend one of Gildor's resources to go ahead and use his special ability to draw a card. Oh, nice. Secret Vigil. I should mention that I used 4 of Elfhelm's resources and 1 of Frodo's to be able to play Gandalf. Okay, now we go to the Hobbit deck. Master of the Forge, the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have, oh yeah, Fireside Song. Not a question. That'll be our first one. We just want tons of willpower. You're going to see why soon. We'll then exhaust this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have a Fireside Song. Ooh, or the Song of Kings. No, I have enough because they're all blue. So yeah, Fireside Song. We're spending all 4 of Pippin's resources, which are considered blue resources now as well. We're going to play a Fireside Song on each Sam and Pippin. They both have 1 song on them. This will be a second. So we're going to add 2 more willpower to each of them. That means Sam will be at 3, 4, 5, 6. Sam will be at 6. And Pippin will be 3, 4, 5. Pippin will be at 5. 5 and 6 willpower. That's amazing. For questing this round, we'll send Gildor for 3. We'll send Frodo for 5. We'll send the Westfold Horsebringer for 6. 6 on this side. On the Hobbit side, we're just going to send Treebeard for 8. Currently, there's a total of 7 threat in the staging area. So this first card is for the Rohan deck, and we have a when revealed. Each ally gets -1 willpower until the end of the round. Deal 2 damage to each ally with willpower of 0. No way. Thank goodness I have a test of will. We'll spend one of Mary's resources, and let's stop that one. Thank goodness, because that would kill half of the allies on the Rohan deck side. Actually, I think it would kill all of them, except for Gandalf. Yep, it would. Wow. Okay, our second one is the Weather Hills. Oh, we've seen this before. We quested for 8. There's a total of 10 threat in the staging area. We'll go ahead and add Sam for a total of 6, and Mary for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at 6 is 5, that's 11. That puts us at 19 to 10. That's 9 progress that we just made. 9 progress will take care of Midgewater. That is another victory card. We'll put that in the victory display. We can now move to quest card 3. Strider has led Frodo and his companions to Weathertop, where he hopes to meet Gandalf. Instead, they find the Black Riders waiting for them. As the sun goes down, the Nazgul close in on their prey. When revealed, add Weathertop and the Witch King to the staging area. Search the encounter deck and discard pile and add each Nazgul enemy found to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. Do you see why I did not want to put Nazgul into the encounter deck? If there are no Nazgul enemies in play, the players have won the game. There were 5 tall figures, 2 standing on the lip of the dell, 3 advancing. In their white faces burned keen and merciless eyes. Under their mantles were long gray robes. Upon their gray hairs were helms of silver. In their haggard hands were swords of steel. Their eyes fell on him and pierced him as they rushed towards him. Desperate, he drew his own sword. So you can see here, we don't even need progress. We just need to take out all of the Nazgul. Easy, right? First, just so you see, Weathertop here is in the staging area and it increases the threat by 4. It's kind of gross. This Witch King increases the threat by 5. He's immune to player card effects. The Witch King gets -30 engagement costs while the One Ring is exhausted. Characters with 1 willpower or less cannot defend attacks made by the Witch King. You know what that means? That means Grimbjorn cannot defend. I didn't even think about that. Oh, that's going to stink. Weathertop says here, immune to player card effects. While Weathertop is in the victory display, each enemy in play gets -1 threat. The first player must exhaust the One Ring to travel here. So yeah, we could travel there, but then the Witch King is going to engage us. We were lucky enough, we only added 1 Nazgul. It took a lot of work, but because of that, we only have 3 total Nazgul. So we'll have these 3 plus the Witch King that we need to kill. We are, though, going to travel to the Weather Hills so we can take this Ringwraith and throw him underneath it. Because what we can do with Grimbjorn this round is potentially take out the other 2 Nazgul. He's not going to be very useful against the Witch King other than just to attack because we can't even defend with him because he does not have enough willpower. I didn't even think about that. So this is going to be fun. Currently, each player's threat is under 35, and we have 35 for engagement costs here and 45 for the Witch King. So we're going to optionally engage both of these, but that means the Hobbit deck will be able to draw one card. So he has drawn Heed the Dream. This is a great card. Okay, but both of these now are engaged with us. We'll have each enemy gain a shadow card. Now we do have the Silver Lamp, so this one will come face up. The defending character gets -1 shield, -2 if the One Ring is exhausted. Okay, that's not bad. This one will go to the Hobbits, Black Rider. So we will have this one attack. He attacks for 4. Grimbjorn has a total of 5 shield. He'll reduce it by 1. He's still at 4. He's good. He'll spend the 1 resource. He'll attack for 6. Negates the 2 armor. He's out. Done. We'll then go ahead and exhaust the Rohan Warhorse to ready him, since he did defeat an enemy. We'll then use Grimbjorn again to defend against this Black Rider. And we have no shadow card effect. Totally blocks it. He'll spend another resource. He does the 6 points of damage with only 1 armor. This guy is toast. So we've already taken out 2 out of the 4 Nazgul that we need to. The Witch King, though, is going to be a pain. My one regret, I pulled out Gandalf thinking that I would need him. I didn't even need him. I mean, it was nice to reduce my threat. I guess that was good. But yeah, otherwise, I probably shouldn't even have brought him out. Oh well. We'll go ahead and end the round. We'll increase our threat by 1. So our Rohan deck is at 32. And our Hobbit deck is at 21. We've generated resources. Let's go ahead and draw our cards. We have Dunedain Mark, yes, and we have Peace and Thought. Starting with our Hobbit deck, the first thing we'll do, because I think I could have done it last round, but I forgot, I have Bill the Pony. I can play him for free. So he's out. He's going to give +1 health to all of our Hobbits. Yes! Okay. Then we have Heed the Dream. So we're going to choose a player. We're going to choose the Rohan player. I'm specifically looking for one specific ally that has 2 willpower that could potentially defend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should read this to you. Choose a player. That player searches the top 5 cards of his deck, and he can add 1 card of that to his hand and shuffles his deck. Then the players, as a group, may spend 3 leadership resources to have that player search his entire deck for another card and add it to his hand. So let's see. Yes, this is it right here. This is what we were looking for, Eothane. He is super expensive, but the nice thing about him, he can actually defend against that Witch King because he has willpower of 2. Awesome. So we're going to put that in our hand. We're not going to pay for the kicker. I don't think I need the kicker. We'll go ahead then and exhaust our 2 Master of the Forges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we still have attachments. Song of Kings, absolutely. Then we'll shuffle this up. Any song is just going to give us more willpower. So just kind of helps us because we've got a lot in the staging area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we do not have an attachment here. We're finally starting to run out of them. We'll go ahead and spend 1 of Frodo's resources to play the Song of Kings, and we'll play that on Merry. So Merry now also has +1 shield. I mean, if he's defending, we might be in trouble with his 3 health, but hey, it'll work. I almost forgot that's also going to give him +1 willpower. For the Rohan deck, we're going to play Eothane. We used up a ton of Grimbjorn's resources, but he still has 3. We're also going to have the Dunedain Mark go on Grimbjorn. His attack is now 7. We currently have 13 threat in the staging area. Whew, that's kind of a lot. So we're going to quest with Gildor for 3. We will then add the Westfold Horsebreeder for 1 for 4. And I think, but Elfhelm, we could get +2 attack. I think I'm going to stretch it. Let's see if we can do it with 4. We're going to add Frodo for 6 and Bill the Pony for 7. And you know what? Let's go ahead and do Treebeard for 9. We'll go ahead and start with the Hobbit deck. We have for our first card a Peril card. When revealed, you must either remove 2 heroes you control from the quest. No, I can't. I can't even do that. Or shuffle an out-of-play Ringwraith into the encounter deck. No. No more Ringwraiths. No more Ringwraiths. We've got a second test of will. Let's use it. So we use Merry's resource. We just canceled that. Thank goodness. Our second card is then a Shady Breelander. We can exhaust Merry to reduce our threat down to 19 for the Hobbit deck. Cool. In the staging area, we have 4 + 2 is 6, +5 is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in the staging area compared to the 9 that we quested with. So then we'll go ahead and exhaust the Fast Hitch, exhaust Mary and the pony. He'll add another 6, so now we're 15 and 15. And then I'll go ahead and add Pippin, who will add a total of 5. That should be able to get us through the Weather Hills. The problem with that, though, is now, since we went through here, we have the Nazgul back. But I think that's okay because Grimbjorn should be able to take care of him. I also kind of sort of wanted to travel here. I really want this victory 4. We'll see if this works. Travel. The first player must exhaust the 1 ring. Yeah, so that's going to make the Witch King have to come down. That's okay. I'm going to exhaust the 1 ring. We're going to travel to Weathertop. And it gets rid of 4 threat in the staging area. Here's the thing. We now have 3 enemies that we need to take care of. The Witch King's engagement cost, because the Hobbit deck is first player, would normally be 49. But then it's reduced by 30, so then it puts it at 19, which means even the Hobbit deck would have to engage them. So I'm going to have the Rohan deck optionally engage the Witch King. There's nothing here that says we can't do that. No. So we are going to have the Witch King engage with the Rohan deck. Then, for the Hobbit deck, we will optionally engage the Ring Wraith. Since we're doing that, we get to draw a card because its threat is 35. We'll go ahead and draw another Song of Wisdom. Cool. Now, we cannot optionally engage this Shady Breelander, and unfortunately, the first player is the Hobbit deck, so this Shady Breelander will go to the Hobbit deck. Moving into the combat phase, we will place 2 shadow cards on this Ring Wraith because the 1 ring is exhausted. That's the other chance I'm taking. And we'll place 1 here. We'll also place 1 on the Witch King, but we have the Silver Lamp, so we can actually reveal it. Defending player discards 1 random card from his hand. That's actually not terrible. So, okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to have this Shady Breelander attack. We're going to exhaust Grimbjorn to defend. He's attacking for 3. We have attacking enemy gets +1, +2 if the ring is exhausted. So the ring is exhausted. He attacks for 2. That's 5. Well, Grimbjorn has 3 defense +2 shield. That's a total of 5. Doesn't even hurt him. Then what we're going to do is use 1 of his 3 resources. So he will do that. He has 2 left. And he will attack for 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Minus the shield. He's gone. We then will use Armored Destrier to ready Grimbjorn, and then he can discard a shadow card from another enemy that's engaged with the defending player. So let's discard this one. Sweet. That is not going to happen. So now, this Nazgul is going to attack. We're going to defend with Grimbjorn. Let's see. Come on. Oh, okay. The attacking enemy gets +1, +2 if the 1 ring is exhausted. So he attacks for 7. You know what that means? Grimbjorn takes 2 points of damage, you guys. The first damage of the game. He does have 7 health, so I'm not terribly worried. Grimbjorn, though, is a little bit ticked. He's going to spend 1 resource. He will attack for 7. He reduces the armor by 2. 5 + 2 is enough. He can take out this Ring Wraith. And then what we can do is we can use the Rohan Warhorse. We'll exhaust that to ready him again. Yes. Now we go to the Witch King. The Witch King will attack for 6. We have to randomly discard 1 card in our hand. We only have 2 cards. We'll shuffle those up. We're going to discard this one. We lose Secret Vigil. We are going to defend with Eothane. He is totally gone. 3 and 1. He's toast. But now we can attack. So we need 9 + 5. Crazy as it sounds, Grimbjorn is actually ready, you guys. So he has 7 attack, +2 from Gildor, that's 9, +4 here from Elfhelm, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus the 4 here from the Riddermark Knight, because we can use his ability. We have enough to actually just take out the Witch King. Now, I could wait around, but my problem is I don't have another ally that I can use to defend against the Witch King. If I don't draw something, I'd have to lose a hero because I cannot defend with anyone except for Elfhelm and Gildor, but both of them would get killed by an attack from the Witch King. So I'm going to lose the 4 victory points. I'm not going to get through Weathertop. I think I'm just going to kill the Witch King right here, and that gets rid of all the Nazgul enemies. So that is 4 attack here, 4 here, that's 8, +7 is 15. That's already enough to take out the Witch King. At that moment, Frodo threw himself forward on the ground, and he heard himself crying aloud, "O Elbereth Gilthoniel!" At the same time, he struck at the feet of his enemy. A shrill cry rang out in the night, and he felt pain like a dart of a poisoned ice pierce his left shoulder. Even as he swooned, he caught, as though a swirling mist, a glimpse of Strider leaping out of the darkness with a flaming brand of wood in either hand. With a last effort, Frodo, dropping his sword, slipped the ring from his finger and closed his right hand tight upon it. Starting with the first player, each player may choose one of the following boon cards and attach it to a hero he controls. We have Tireless Ranger, Skilled Hero, Valiant Warrior, and Noble Hero. The chosen cards have been earned by the players. So this is where I'm going to need your help. I'm going to show you those four. I'm not going to pick. You guys are going to let me know what you think in the comments, and in the next video, I'll tell you which ones we're going to use for the Go Forward campaign. Before we do that, I just have to show you guys all of the attachments on Grimbjorn. He was insane in this game. I would say MVP goes to him. He took out on his own all of the Nazgul except for the Witch King. He needed a little help with the Witch King because he couldn't defend. But otherwise, wow, just amazing. Grimbjorn is a relatively new hero, and I think we're showing just how powerful he is in this playthrough series. So here we have the 4 boon cards that we just earned. We get to choose one for each of our decks, okay? So we're not going to get to choose all 4. We only get to choose 2. We have Noble Hero. That one, we have Attached Hero gets +1 willpower and gains Noble. We have Valiant Warrior. The Attached Hero gets +1 attack and gains the Warrior trait. We have Tireless Ranger. The Attached Hero gets +1 shield and gains Ranger trait. And then the Skilled Healer, we have the Attached Hero gets +2 hit points and gains the Healer trait. Oh, cool. I have some ideas, but I'm actually not going to say anything because I'd really like to know what you guys think, because I'm doing this campaign with you. So far there hasn't been a lot of choices, but this is where we start getting the choices. So what do you guys think? Do note that these are permanent. What that means is for the rest of the campaign, these heroes will have these abilities. So for example, if we gave Tireless Ranger to Grimbjorn, he will for the rest of the campaign have +1 shield. So this is kind of a big deal. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll move to quest number 3, which is Flight to the Ford. This will be the final one in the Black Riders box. And then we'll have gone through the Black Riders box and the 2 print-on-demands. That's 5 out of 20. We'll be a quarter of the way done already after the next one. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you at the next stop.